good evening to you, and here is to hoping that your week has kicked off on a positive note. I am glad to be back after being away in Kisumu covering the Lakeside Region Media Expo. And speaking of Kisumu, a special report on cricket farming will be on air in the course of the bulletin, so be sure to stick around for that. That aside, I am Ondiro Ganga, ready to bring you up to speed with all the top stories making headlines across the globe. And as you know, we are all about business. Here's a glance of all the news making headlines in the business world.
This conference will tackle, I believe, some aspects of the report of the high-level panel on the illicit financial flows from Africa.
First Keswa Research Conference, Digitize or Perish. Nairobi Importers and Small Traders Association woes anger and bitterness from association. Isuzu BRT city buses launch. Local vehicle giant flexes transport muscles. For Kenya to fully leverage on the potential of digital economy, duty tax on mobile money transfers has to be done away with. These remarks were made by Dr. Bitange Ndemo as Kenya School of Revenue Administration held its first conference today. The conference is a precursor of the 4th Annual Tax Summit, which kicks off tomorrow. Take a look.
Beautiful day. A very worthwhile day for you to have participated.
The digital economy in the recent times has been fast growing. According to the 2018 Economic Survey, data on 2017 economy depicts a stellar performance by ICT, demonstrating the sector's impact. The survey attributes the sector's 11% growth in 2017 from 9.7% in 2016 to an expanding digital economy through mobile telephony and e-commerce. However, Dr. Bitange Ndemo noted that the new proposed excise duty tax on mobile money could stunt further growth of the sector.
The challenge is one like now taxation, which, the challenge is that I think we made a mistake by taxing mobile money because it brings, when people pay Lipa na M-Pesa, you are able to track and trace and begin to estimate the actual revenues for these people, and then you can begin to tax. If you expand the tax base, it would mean then it's very easy to lower the tax rates. That's why my argument was that we should even have had incentives, and that's what we were working earlier by removing taxes from handsets so that everybody accesses handsets, everybody accesses broadband. It makes it much easier when you have people in a situation where you can track and trace.
With love from Kenya Revenue Authority,
Dr. Bitange went further on to say that therein lies potential in digital space for the government to tap into. One of those will be reduction of misallocation of resources.
They are huge, but the potential is huge. I talked about recently World Bank is talking about misallocation of resources. This happens when you have highly trained young people working in Juakali. But you can easily formalize Juakali and begin to have these young people to do employment that is that can enable to lower the misallocation of the resources by the state.
For IBM, we could do the same.
For digital integration to fully take place and for Kenya to write its own narrative in the 4th Industrial Revolution, he was emphatic that artificial intelligence and blockchain technology need to be integrated into the Kenyan curriculum.
Some of those are things we ought to be doing as universities, but it takes almost 3 to 4 years to bring new programs. We need to be more proactive to the changes in technology, especially the innovative technologies that are coming. But our universities are, I must say, they are slow. It's not the government. It's us to propose those programs and begin to teach. Because, as I said here, I work with a lot of young people who are doing machine learning. You don't have it in any university doing it, which is criminal for not doing that. That I think is only UCT, University of Cape Town, is teaching data science, these new things and stuff. I was last month in South Africa. 2 universities have already gotten into the space. I think policymakers and Ministry of Education needs to encourage the universities to be more proactive. Although I think it's not the issue of policymakers, it is our responsibility as universities to do it.
Dr. Fred Mugambi, the AG head Kenya School of Revenue Administration, staying true to the event's theme, quipped, they are committed towards finding ways of making taxation work in a digitized economy.
Our rallying call within the Kenya Revenue Authority is tax-based expansion, and we are looking at ways in which, using the digital platforms, using the various technologies that are there, we can, expand the tax base so that we are able to bring as many people into the tax net as possible.
That then we can move to the next level.
With the theme of the event being taxation in a digitized economy, the conference will be seeking to accelerate the socio-economic transformation of Kenya through tax-based expansion to enable the Big Four agenda, of which the digital space is a great enabler. A win on this front will be indeed a win for the whole country.
Authorities are sitting in with that.
The Nairobi Importers and Small Traders Association have today vowed to close their businesses and partake in a massive mass action later next week until their demands are met. This move is meant to paralyze business and hurt the government where it hurts the most, revenues. Our reporter Daisy Wambo attended the briefing and filed the following report.
The traders, led by the organizing secretary Ann Nyokabi, stated that the government has seized over 3,000 containers worth 12 billion shillings, with claims that the goods imported are substandard despite the many resolutions that they have reached after meetings to resolve the stalemate.
We are talking about 3,000 containers. Just even give it a very simple mathematics, which is about 4 million each. That makes it to about 12 billion Kenya shilling, just being held there. Remember, we had problems since 2017 during elections.
Following the impasse, all businesses in Nairobi will close shop, paving way for traders to hit the streets in protest.
It is in this regard that we wish to notify you of a massive mass action from the 17th October 2017 through to an indefinite date by our members, our employees and sympathizers across the Nairobi streets and its environments until our demands are met. During this period, all businesses in Nairobi will close shop and hit the streets in all major roads.
Yes. According to the organizing secretary, their challenges vary from harassment by police officers to arbitrary arrest of their members, as well as frustrations on clearance of imports from the port, adding that all efforts to have discussions with the government have not been fruitful.
Those challenges vary from harassment by the police officers to unwarranted arrest of our members, as well as frustration on clearance of our imports from the port. Yes. Nairobi.
She continued to say that the government has not honored its promises that were made during previous meeting with officials, which included unconditional release of the seized containers.
It should be remembered that it is the said challenge that led us to exercise our constitutional rights by picketing about 2 months ago, populating the government to have a sitting with us in the varying dates. However, it's rather sad that the very many resolutions reached out of our meetings, as highlighted below, have never been honored by one party.
Speaking to Patrick Mwangi, the director at Ecotech Lightning, one of the traders present at the press briefing stated that the move by the government was not favoring them and they are willing to lose revenues until the seized goods are released.
We are ready to lose for 1 day or 2 days, even for a whole week, for the government to release our goods, because by holding them, they are actually losing. But we are thinking that there's somebody in, maybe who's not giving the right information to the government to air our views and our complaints. So we know we are going to lose, but we are ready to lose that money so that we can get our rights.
The traders also called upon the government to stop the blanket destruction of imported goods at the port, saying that a few contraband goods in a container of consolidated goods should not warrant destruction of the whole consignment. This comes at a time that the President, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, witnessed the destruction of illicit goods worth 1.5 billion shillings, including 149 motor vehicles. As the standoff threatens to escalate, we can only wish upon the stakeholders an amicable resolution of the matter, because a loss of either party is a loss to the economy. For Brand Plus TV Business News, I am Daisy Wambua.
Traffic congestion and disorder have been synonymous with the city of Nairobi during rush hours. Today, leading vehicle assembler Isuzu East Africa at their plant along Mombasa Road unveiled the first locally assembled high-capacity buses that are specifically designed for the bus rapid transport system in Kenya. Our reporter Karari John attended the function and gives us more details. Take a look.
Traffic congestion is a never-ending nightmare in Nairobi. Speaking to transport sector stakeholders at the assembly plant on Mombasa Road, Isuzu East African Managing Director Rita Kavashi noted that the locally assembled BRT city buses are a demonstration to the government, transport stakeholders and the public of Isuzu's local capabilities and readiness to support the implementation of the BRT system.
We are very excited as Isuzu East Africa to be part of the change, of improving life of our citizens as they travel, to reduce time that we waste on traffic jams so that we can get to work in good time and to do the things that we want to do in good time. So it's a journey and we always take the step. We have been with this team for over 40 years, trying every day to learn what is it that we can do more. What transportation solutions can we continue to innovate and create with the support of our partners so that we can improve the life of our commuters in our major cities.
With the special lanes already having been marked on Thika Road for the testing phase of BRT transport system, Rita reiterated that the remedy to the traffic menace is the BRT system that will not only reduce traffic congestion in the city but enhance public transportation as well.
100 passenger people mover will support, of course, in the congestion of the city, and people can get to work much faster. And I believe this initiative will go a long way to reduce the amount of vehicles that are owned by individual users, so that more and more Kenyans with good buses, with inclusive buses, with buses that depart and arrive on time, there will be no motivation for you and me to own a personal car. We would plug into the BRT system, we'll get to work and come back home, go to our shopping mall, our favorite Nyamachoma place on time and back home.
Nairobi Bus Transporters Chairman Edwin Mukabana, while addressing the stakeholders, pointed out that Kenya is lagging behind compared to its neighbors, and he challenged the government to deploy BRT system infrastructure.
As Kenya, we are lagging behind because we know Dar es Salaam has done a BRT. Kampala is doing their own BRT. They are in advanced stage. Ethiopia has got a very good thing in Addis Ababa. And it looks like in this area, we are lagging behind. Even our neighbors, Rwanda, has got a semi-organized transport system more than ours, which we need to do. Now, when it comes to infrastructure, I hear a lot about the road, the painting of the road to carry. Yes, I do agree, yes, you can do a BRT light for some time, but that BRT light must be within a certain design that we need. We haven't seen stations, we haven't seen bus stops, we haven't seen depots. These buses, when we bring them 200 buses, from what depot are they going to operate from? This infrastructure is an important thing And I think we need to sit down and talk about it.
I think it's very amazing how
the 3-bus model unveiled is Isuzu FRR, designed for feeder roads, the MV123 Stagecoach, and the LV434 designed for highways. These buses come with enhanced body structures compliant with the KS 372 standards, greater road stability, and speed limit of 60 km/h for passenger safety and comfort. The high-capacity buses will have a passenger capacity ranging from 62 to 100, both sitting and standing passengers. The unveiling of the locally assembled high-capacity buses come at a time when the government has sought to import BRT buses from South Africa, as opposed to commissioning local vehicle assemblers. The question begs, with such a move, how committed is the government to the growth of the local manufacturing sector, a pillar to its Big Four agenda, and how suited would such buses be to our local roads? Reporting for Brown Plus TV, I am Karari John Wambugu.
you can imagine we've all seated and we still have room, a lot of room inside.
Welcome back to the most comprehensive, exclusively business news bulletin in the country. Thank you for staying with us. Now onto the world of pageantry. Sarah Piakach, Miss Tourism West Pokot County, beat 40 other contestants to be crowned Miss Tourism Kenya 2018 in a colorful event at the Safari Park Hotel, Nairobi on Saturday night. The event meant to promote the tourism diversity of the 47 counties, so dignitaries, event sponsors, former beauty title holders, friends and family members of the contestants gathered to witness the coronation of one of the county beauty queens. Our reporter Daisombo attended the coronation, and here is the story.
In attendance was the Devolution Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa, who was also the chief guest, and in his keynote address continued to urge other stakeholders to support the young people to become ambassadors, not only for their counties, but for the country all over the world.
We want to urge you to support our young people beyond tonight. After we declare number 1, 2, and 3 the winners, what happens to the rest? So would like the governors, and I want to challenge you, DG, on behalf of all the governors, that we want to support our young people to become our ambassadors beyond tonight.
Ababu Namwamba, the Chief Administrative Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, was also present and commended the work done by Miss Tourism fraternity, adding that the diversity of the country was an important tool in boosting the tourism industry in matters investment both locally and internationally.
At the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, one of our cutting-edge marketing tool for this country is the diversity that defines our land. The cultural diversity, the geographical diversity, and I can assure you that what Ms. Kamunge and co are doing through this pageant is making it very easy for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to step up the marketing of Kenya as the preferred destination for both investment and tourism.
The Director of Youth Programs at the Office of the President, Walter Mongare, stated that they shall continue to offer commitment and support to the young people to achieve their dreams and nurture their talent to help them grow and later benefit the country as a whole.
It is our commitment that the dreams and ambitions of our great young people of this country, we have started looking at the young people in government not as a problem to be solved, but as a resource to be tapped. So we know that you carry the future of this country with yourselves.
Took care of our girls, right?
County First Ladies, who are also the patrons of Miss Tourism in their various counties, were also represented, led by Nairobi's Primrose Mbuvi. The First Ladies came to show their full support for the young women, and at some point they took the runway to showcase their modeling skills.
I wanna have lots and lots of money.
Sarah, the newly crowned Miss Tourism, signed a contract worth 1.2 million shillings and shall represent the country in the Miss Tourism International 2018 finals at Kuala Lumpur in December. Another notable winner was Joyce Nasambu, Miss Tourism Bungoma County, who won the People's Choice Award after she garnered more than 45% of the total votes casted. The pageant also awarded the winners from its 6 pillars, namely environment, that was clinched by Maureen Wangari, Miss Tourism Mombasa County. Hospitality went to Ivy Brenda Rono, Miss Tourism Kericho County. Culture was by Sam Shanur, Miss Tourism Wajir County. Investment was by Lynette Nyendeka, Miss Tourism Kakamega County. Flora and Fauna went to Yvonne Wangeshi, Miss Tourism Laikipia County. And last but not least, Masimwiti, who was also the second runners-up, went home with the Peace and Unity Pillar title. Culture has been a tool that has been used to bring people together since time immemorial, and this same message was still being pushed at the Miss Tourism Kenya 2018. As the counties seek to promote their uniqueness, we hope these efforts will go a long way in opening the new tourism frontiers and with it strengthen the tourism revenue basket. For Brand Plus TV Business News, I am Daisy Wambua.
Hope you're inspired to think outside the box in your entrepreneurial journey. Now let's take a look at how the markets performed today. Here is a summary. That is a summary of how the markets performed, but for more in-depth analysis of the same, tune in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for my next big bet with Rachel Derito and Karanja Daniel. Now let's shift gears and take a look at the day's weather report. That was it from our business news desk tonight, but do make sure to tune in at 9 p.m. tomorrow for a fresh serving of news making headlines in the business world. Have a good night.